Hey guys, how's it going? It's late at night, can't sleep. It's like 3 in the morning. I've gotten behind on uh, locals repairs and stuff, so uh, trying to get that stuff caught up. I already fixed a 201T tonight and a 4910. The 4910 is one I built and sold to Tree Service 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and it was one of my saws, and I was tired of it, and I sold it to them. What was wrong with that is they bought a new bar and chain and was running a 325 8-pin sprocket with 3/8 bar and chain, and wondered why it was binding up and not cutting right. And as beat up as the chain and the sprocket was, I must have cut several tree jobs with it like that, because it ruined the chain, ruined the sprocket. He wants to stay 3/8 because I guess it's the same chain that he runs on some other saw or whatever. So I switched it over to a new 3/8 rim sprocket, retuned it up, cleaned the air filter, and it still seems to run fine. It's just it's showing that it's being abused. It's not a pretty looking saw anymore by any means, but still runs good. But got those two repairs done, and he's got another 201 that I'm gonna port, and it needs some parts. But had another guy. This is a 251. Another guy brought it to me, another Tree Service, and it's not his saw. It's someone else's. It belonged to their grandpa or something. Anyway, the kid ruined it. It started it up. My theory is, and I've seen this damaged hundreds of times, especially on the stihl low grade homeowner saws, like 391, 291, 271, 251, any of them, any of the plastic case saws, 029s, 290s, 390s, 251s, 025s. If you start your saw and it's on high idle and you click on your chain brake and walk away from your saw with it sitting on the ground warming up on high idle mode, you will come back to this. When it's sitting there in high idle mode and it can't turn the chain or the clutch, this stuff is slung out and rubbing friction on this clutch drum, which is in turn like going down the road and holding your foot on the brake. Eventually you're going to turn your rotors hot and catch shit on fire. Look how blue this is. It took the temper out of the springs. This clutch is junk. Now, I could probably get new tension clips and springs and rebuild this, but it's just easier to throw a clutch in it. The clutch drum I can save. It melted the needle bearing out. I had a hell of a time getting this off. It's got plastic melted all to this. It fused the worm gear right to the oil pump. So this thing's going to need an oil pump, a worm gear, needle cage, clutch, and this cover right here, all because of stupidity. And then they're going to be like, oh, steel saws are junk or whatever. It's, I don't work on a lot of Husqvarna, so I don't know if this is a common problem seen in the Husqvarnas, but the way you can, put your choke down, start it, and flip it off choke, and it's, on that high idle. I've seen this too many times to count. I'm going to end up having to start this up, take some sandpaper, and get all the melted plastic off the crankshaft. I had to pick all the melted chunks of plastic out of here. There's still some in here. I gotta blow it out yet. But this brake band was melted to the case up here, and I had to sit there and break the, because when they did finally pull the chain brake off, this was smoking hot. It turned it a bluish yellow, and you can see the heat all the way around in there. But not to mention that heat when this shut down, all that heat that's stored in that clutch just radiated through the crankshaft and probably put put a good working on that seal, but it currently runs. I can push on the seal, it's still soft, so I'm not dinking with the seal. I'm going to do as minimalistic repair on this as I can, but customer stupidity ruined or caused this repair. Nothing to do with the manufacturer at all, other than I think manufacturers are stupid to build a plastic clamshell saw. If this would have been a full mag saw and you did that, if it would have had the plastic cage needle bearing, it still would have melted that, and it still would have took out steel style worm gear. Don't know if it had the metal oil pump. I don't know if it would have took the oil pump out. Probably wouldn't have been good for it, but you would have probably been changing the oil pump anyway from all the melted plastic that went onto it. But yeah, this was fun to get all apart. So it's going to need cover, oil pump, worm gear, clutch, and then I'm going to charge them for fixing it. So the rails on the bar, how they're curled over and all the paint's missing. The guy likes to run a dull chain. Probably miserable to cut with too, because it looks like they're one of them ones there. Oh, my chain's dull. Let's take the rakers down. Them rakers are done past the recommendation line. So I might be nice and sharpen the chain up for them, but I might just recommend. I think I'm just gonna, for safety concerns, I think I'm just gonna tell them it needs a new chain. But yep. So yeah, if you are an inexperienced homeowner or chainsaw operator and you pick up a steel chainsaw, do not leave it on high idle and set your chain brake and walk away from your saw. Blip the throttle once so it comes down onto high or off high idle, and then click your chain brake on, set it down, walk away with it on high idle. That way there's space between the clutch and the drum and it's not sitting there rubbing. If I don't put a new clutch in this, when I put all these parts back in, when I start it up, the chain will never quit spinning because this clutch is ruined. The spring tensions have lost. It'll act like direct drive as soon as it starts. So, yeah, customer stupidity. Gotta love it. Kind of in a bummer of a mood. We adopted my dad's cat after my dad passed away. It was his buddy, and he ain't doing so good right now, and I can't afford a vet. He decided, it looks like, I think, tangle with a car. He got out and tangled with a car. I'm pretty sure his back leg and hip is broke, possibly his back. He is using his one back leg, but the one side of him's all swelled up. Might have got a rib too. His side's all sunk in. He's eating and drinking, but he ain't walking too good. So, and I don't have any extra money in the next few months to rack up a vet bill. So he's either going to make it or he's not going to make it. If he makes it, he's most definitely going to be a gimp. But I guess that's what he gets for being a sneaky bugger and keep sneaking outside. It's a shame, but it didn't put me in a very good mood. I've got my 11 horse 661 set up with an 8-pin and that barn chain that I had on my 461 and the 500, and we'll be making some test cuts with that tomorrow, or later today I should say. I think I'm going to leave the 365 alone. I think it's running pretty good. I got a square grind on that, and I got just a used stock chain on my 372 there. I might do some bar swap or chain swapping around and test them too, just to, because I know with the UFO pipe that 372 was 9 horrors, so it'd be kind of neat to see where that 365's running at with it. And yeah, I got That 461 back there has been claimed. I gotta get it boxed up. I gotta find a box, get it boxed up. And my other 661, I want to make sure it's still running good. Because they're probably going with me to Sawfest. I'm probably loaning them out. I don't think I'll be running them. But I think I'd be just fine with my 400 the way I race. So, but alright, let me know how many times you guys have seen this damage because of either pure inexperience or negligence or stupidity. Gotta be one of the three. I just don't know what goes on through people's heads. If you don't understand how a chainsaw operates and how a clutch and stuff works, maybe you shouldn't be running it. That's my theory. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. You guys take it easy and have a good one.